It is time to be feral out here by the grill. I just pulled a loose bit off one end of one of these steaks and ate it raw. I really should know better. The cut edges that are machine sliced, they're neat and tidy and look good when they're not messed with and pulled on. I just barely slapped these down and went, it's probably a good time to turn on the phone. But when I was preheating and then lifted the thing up, it didn't cool very much on the short time it was open, so. As usual, I'm self-medicating a little bit with whatever the L-carnitine and some taurine they put in these monster drinks. I shouldn't be drinking them, but dang, I want the caffeine so bad today. I took that little silver Kia out today. Discovered a few bypasses that are still getting built. There we go, got some X's there. And the weirdness of one of those things, yeah. Not getting very many bone-in ribeyes lately, so when I saw some at a decent price, I figured I would go ahead. Even though there's 3 in the package, and Loki and I will typically eat 1 each. If he's particularly hungry, that's cool. If not, one of them might be lunch tomorrow, or get diced up and thrown in some eggs or something. Now, it is hot outside right now. Hi, Josephine. Hello, Rowan. Yes, fire. Let's be a little bit primal here. It's how my ancestors cooked it. I don't mind doing it myself. But I've only got 2 burners on right here on the left end of the grill. It is a 5-burner grill. If we were doing some hot dogs and burgers and chicken and whatever, then the whole thing would be covered with meat. But 3 members of the household are perfectly happy to eat duck food. And there are no ducks around to take up the excess, so they're inside and I'm out here. I could probably turn these down a little bit. Maybe. No, I did turn on 3 burners. Yeah, that way it starts to cool a little bit over the 3rd one. And then I've got the right side being completely off heat. In case I need a... Oh, look at that. Okay, that one looks great. But yeah, one of them's gonna be a little ragged around the top edge. Probably that one. I said, this little loose piece, I pulled it off. Took a little bite. Offered some to the dog. He turned his nose away from it and it's like, no, mommy, you're supposed to be cooking dinner. Okay, I'm cooking dinner. I cooking dinner, puppy. Neighbors arriving across the street where I showed pretty image of large dog last live. He barks when people are out, he barks when I'm grilling. But he's a big dog and it's his job to just alert anybody who will listen if anything is happening. And I tell him he's a good dog. And then I got a little noisy alarm system over here at my house. And I tell him he's a good dog too. He would really like me to go rescue that big one and bring him over here so that he can live inside in the air conditioning and have little scraps of steaks offered to him. Can't do that. Big dog belongs to somebody else. Oh, that side's not so pretty. Oh well. We want to get some of this over here that's so pale to get a better cooking color. Let's take a look at the other side of that one in the back. It's also very, very rare. I think my hot spot is right where this one is. But look at those marks. And I know there's some TV cooks who would be all excited over my pattern there, but the pattern and how it looks is not important. What's important is, well, I'm going to tear into one of these and I want it to taste good on both sides. And I want Loki to enjoy his. Okay. Okay, that has lost enough heat. We can have the lid down for a little bit. Yeah, it was up in the 400 range when I brought the steaks outside. I lifted it up, put the steaks on, close it, and it's read 400-ish. But the fatty juices splattering down onto the protectors over the little burners creates a little smoky taste. So I don't actually have to deal with a live fire that's big enough to cook these. I'm not afraid of live fire cooking. I've done it enough times. Hi, Sandy. Cosmo the Pastry, I don't know if I've met you before, but welcome. Love all my feral children and repeat offenders and guests. And yes, when I say repeat offenders, I do mean it. Essentially, if you're not living your life in a way that someone somewhere is completely offended at your behavior, your choices, your fashion sense. Oh my God, you can't wear a ball cap with that outfit. Yeah, you can. I've got one that's got sparkles all over it. Well, just on a little skull and crossbones emblem. It says Batgirl on the back, and it's kind of a Batman camo themed ball cap. It's one of my favorites. What girl doesn't want some sparkly stuff? There are enough people in the world who would simply be aghast that, oh my gosh, you're cooking that much red meat and there's only two of you eating? Or just cook one steak and split it. No. I eat one all by myself. Now we got all this nice color happening right there. Oh yeah, that guy over there can smell these already. Oh yeah, good color happening right there. I'm always kind of sad they saw these bones in half. There's just something about having a bone involved that leaves beef tasting better. Okay, that one's coming off. And it will, I'm sure it will soon have a puddle on the plate. If that puddle is particularly red, then that'll be my steak. But I noticed looking at statistics that I can cook anything out here on this grill, including just packaged hot dogs, and I will get more views. This ain't hot dogs. Now that one's kind of curling under a little bit. Might not show as much on the video, but this end is a little more cooked, so I have it sitting up on top of the other one. We're at 13 minutes, which is kind of a long cook for ribeyes. I'm going to turn off the third burner now that we're down to just these two. Turn the gas down a little bit. For those of you who know Charger Mopar, Rick, he was just showing off his collection of cast iron. Well, I'm sorry, kids. The heat out there made my phone shut down. I'm about to eat this, and I hope everyone else is eating something good. It's time to close this, though, and let my phone finish cooling off. Y'all have a good evening. Grandma loves you and wants you to be okay. Bye-bye.